The third body is the mental body. This body receives the thought processes of the universal mind and processes the information through a filtering system which is located in the pineal gland of the brain. The mental body and mind are not the same. The mental body is the resonance field within the auric shield that collects the data and transfers them for use to other systems within the other 8 bodies. Mind energy is the God force that surrounds the mental body. The highest form of communication that can be transmitted to the mental body comes in the form of symbols. The highest symbols the mental body must integrate into its essence before it can unite with the higher frequencies which surround it, truth and service to others. The fourth body is called the causal body. This electromagnetic field comprises a source of power that wraps itself around the lower 3 bodies for the purpose of shielding the lower bodies from harmful forces that exist on the astral plane. It is the veil, so to speak, and yet serves as a filter for higher thought forms that come through to enlighten the individual on the spiritual path. The causal body is the connecting link to the oversoul. It contains the power to merge the vibrational frequencies of the lower 3 bodies into a higher vibration, thus producing the foundation for the successful merging of the twin flame within that must be united before ascension can be realized. An understanding and commitment to one's greater mission in life must be absorbed into this body before the individual can advance on the spiritual path. The fifth body is the higher mental body. This body guides the symbolism and force of the higher self to and through the lower bodies and states of consciousness. It is the part of the mental body that is connected to the heart of the Christos, and that which directs life to evolve to higher states of existence. The higher mental body receives its messages from the higher self through a series of impulses sent down from the 7th dimension. One's ability to receive clear messages through the higher mental body is determined by the degree to which the causal body has absorbed the lower, discordant frequencies of the 3 bodies that exist below it. When all is in alignment, messages can flow clearly and the individual proceeds to fulfill God's will before the will of the ego. Obedience and courage to a higher purpose in life are the keys to master within this body before one can advance further. The 6th body is called the directional force body. This body directs or guides one's mission on earth. The directional force body receives the flow of electrons from the higher self and deflects or transforms these signals in such a way that the lower bodies can interpret them. This body is connected to the higher thought forms of the universe and is more closely aligned with the individuals who reside on higher levels of spiritual mastery. This is also the body through which the ascended masters communicate, from the etheric through the 7th level of the God plane. Silence and devotion must be learned before this body aligns with the lower 5 detailed above. The 7th body is that of the higher self. This is the body that works to assure that all alignments of the lower bodies are complete, even through the physical plane. The higher self contains the individual's light body and constitutes the oneness connection to the all. Some believe this body is synonymous with the level upon which the ascended masters reside, but may fall short in this understanding. The higher self is likened to the vehicle that can be used to transport the soul through the gateway to the dimensions where the ascended masters reside. It is the perfected body of the Christos which awaits to take the individual home to the Father's mansion of many rooms. Before one can integrate the higher self into the lower 6 bodies, service to humanity must be complete, and one's legacy must be left on earth. In other words, one must be complete with his or her mission. The 8th body is called the energy vortex body. This body wraps itself around the lower 7 bodies and keeps the individual connected to the planes of consciousness that provide higher guidance. It is a level of beingness that is beyond direct communication to the lower 7 bodies. It is the body that is aligned with the guardian angels who so lovingly guide individuals on their paths. The energy vortex body constitutes the passageway for ascension, as it is the link between the higher self and the great central sun. For this body to merge with the lower seven bodies, light must permeate one's consciousness to such a degree that the third eye remains fully illumined at all times. The ninth body is called the electron body. This body vibrates to the same degree as the etheric. This body has the power totally transform the lower 8 bodies into light and perform the ascension process. The electron body provides the ultimate experience for the soul, which has toiled for so many lifetimes to reach Shambhala, the home of the ascended masters. This body holds the prayers of the faithful and is the reason why you have come to earth. It is the ultimate. It is the all. So those are the 9 bodies. Following this transmission, a question was asked of Katumi to explain if the process of bringing the 9 bodies into alignment is what we call transformation. His reply was as follows: yes and no. Transformation implies that the electronic frequency of an individual is altered. Total transformation includes altering one's consciousness as well. Humans can undergo physical, mental, and emotional changes, which can cause transformational changes. But if their consciousness is not changed with spirit, then the transformation is incomplete. Ultimate transformation includes an understanding of the integration of universal laws on the road to spiritual mastery. In this understanding, transformation is complete, for this change of consciousness accelerates one's ascension into the 9th body or pure light body. When one ascends, all lower 8 bodies are shed, and transformation is complete. One cannot reach this state of enlightenment until all 9 bodies are aligned in the heart of the Christos energy, and the consciousness of the individual is God realized. The subject of transformation is very important, for it is the topic that will consume the hearts of the masses for the next 2 decades to come. The concept of transformation is perceived on many levels. The first level concerns what is observed in the 3rd dimension. Here anyone can see and detect with the senses any pattern or change. Changes are measurable and can be recorded in historical documents. They can also be permanent changes. The second kind of transformation occurs on the emotional level. Here one experiences events that change his or her vibrational frequencies to either a higher or lower state. This is the state of mind which can and does affect not only the individual who is undergoing the change, but also those who are affected by the change. This kind of change is recorded in the Akashic records as lessons learned, and is directly associated with the karmic paths of humans. The third kind of transformation, and that with which this document is directly concerned, is of a spiritual kind. Here, transformation includes changes on a molecular level, when the enlightened Christ presence is being absorbed into the lower bodies of the individual. This form of transformation not only affects consciousness, but also affects the physical, emotional, and mental bodies. This state of being is likened to the harp in the ethers, playing a beautiful harmonic melody. The enlightened being ascends into a frequency of love and light that sounds like the music the harp plays, and the ethers support this transition process. What is unknown to many today is that this state of beingness is within reach of all who choose this state of existence. It is the heaven on earth that was promised to the children of Abraham eons ago. So many of the children, however, are still in darkness and cannot see that heaven is truly right before their eyes. They must learn to accelerate their frequencies and become light, and soon they will remember that the only way to do this is through an understanding of the chakras.